is where we're going to tell you what's been happening in the last week. The last week in technology news. We've got heaps of stories for you guys tonight. Welcome. It's episode 451, Aussie Tech Heads, and it's coming out on the 20th of August, 2015. So glad you can be with us for sure. Okay, let's jump around see who's with us tonight, hosting-wise. But first, we must thank Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting, athwebhosting.com.au. If you've got a nice little website and you want to put it somewhere, bring it across to athwebhosting.com.au. Affordable plans, Sydney servers, so the web page will load just a little bit snappier, eh? So get into it. Oh, good stuff. All right, let's go first of all to Sydney and say good day to Eric. How you doing, Eric?
Hello, gentlemen. Nice to hear and see and be with you all.
Yes, where everyone's facing bad internets tonight, so we'll see how see if any of us sound like Daleks halfway through.
That's right. How am I sounding? All right, not yelling.
Exterminate.
Yes, you're okay at the minute, and hopefully
I'm all right, okay.
I am. And the little Dalek you just heard is Jace. How you doing, Jace?
I'm a lot cooler on the internet.
Well, I got a TARDIS onesie, and I just go, I'm bigger on the inside.
Unfortunately, I'm bigger on the everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
How's it going, Glenn?
Well, not everywhere.
yeah, I'll tell you it didn't take long, did it? We're straight there already.
Who's been telling secrets out
Straight to
of
the
school?
filth.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good. It's like a Roosters game or something. All right, now where are we going to start tonight? Look, no Will. We're not sure what's happened to Will. He's got the NBN in.
To live again.
Apparently he's got the NBN, so maybe he's just enjoying the lightning speeds, and he's travelling so fast that he's just completely jumped through space and time, and he's actually in next week, and he's missed us completely.
He could be, and he's going, where are those clowns?
You can tell us what the lotto results
It's
are
the
then.
4th of September.
Yeah.
Where is everyone?
Well, there was a big $20 million lotto winner up in Ipswich, wasn't there?
Ah.
The Oz Lotto.
Okay.
Oh,
Three of them got it,
go
didn't
down to
they?
the KFC. I bet you he's down there. He's stocking up.
Oh, wouldn't that be good, eh? KFC for a year. Great
He just
stuff.
bought
Yeah,
TPG.
for the rest of your life.
What, Jay? Sorry?
He bought TPG.
Yeah, good work, Will. Good work.
Hasn't helped him.
No, but, TPG, at least they can do fibre to the basement or whatever they call it. They're doing their own fibre, aren't they?
Yeah. Look, actually, funny, the client that I went to today in the city, they're on TPG. I got in there. I go there every year, and I've never done a speed test on their premises. Just want to check out what's going on there.
Yeah.
Because the internet's not too bad. And then I went on to speedtest.net, and you can see it's the IP address said TPG. Okay, right. See what this is like. So I'm going the download speed 8 for a client, big client in the city 8. I'm thinking, that's pretty lame.
Yeah.
But they had 8 up, 8 down.
Ah.
Oh,
So I thought,
There you
sweet,
go.
yes.
sweet.
That's all right. And
I should have stayed there.
Yeah.
and because they had that larger up, did you really notice any down loss? Like, did you
No, you
pine
don't notice
for
the
down?
download because their ping was very good.
Yeah.
But the up, because I'm logging into my office from there,
Yeah.
and it was like I was sitting at my desk.
Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll tell you the Will story because I know everyone's busting to know. But yeah, so he finally got the NBN on, but it's not working properly.
And we're dying to have him on to ring him, send him
I
a text
know.
message.
I know, so I don't know what happened.
How can we make fun of him if he's not going to even be here?
That's right. He's got to be here to defend himself.
Oh, look, we're just going to make fun of him on Facebook, all right? So hit up I think he's got a public profile, so hit up William Tompkinson on Facebook and give it to him.
His Skype is on.
Yeah, he must have
He's
forgot. Or unless he didn't make it home. Who knows? We'll catch him after the show anyway, see what's going on. Or maybe he's... Oh, no, his wife's not due yet, is she?
No.
Not till...
No,
Yeah.
not for a while.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's not that. All right. So where are we up to? Let's try and whip out a story. Hey, I'll pick one out of my
You going to
list.
whip it out?
Whip it out. You whip yours out first.
I'll whip it out. There's a song about
Whip it
that, wasn't there?
good.
Now, there's going to be, talking about ATH web hosting and how good it is, there's going to be more .au options pretty soon. Do you ever get sick of typing, .com.au? Yeah?
No.
Does that hurt you, typing fingers to the bone? And
So we're just going to have .au now.
It looks
like
like-
in Hong Kong, you can just have, wongchi.hk.
Yeah, you can have like ath.au.
Yes.
Ooh.
Get onto
Yes.
that,
Coming
Glenn.
out.
Pardon?
When's that out?
ATH.au, get onto it.
Yes. Well, it's not out just yet, but it's coming. It's in
When?
Well, there's draft recommendations. You can do submissions up to the end of September 30 if you don't like it. I don't know. But the 2015 Names Policy Panel has been released to draft recommendations about the use and allocation of .au domain names. So, yes, it will allow you to just enter .au. This has not been possible in Australia before. So, under the proposals, the current 2LDs, which is the second level domains, would remain available. So, you can still have your .com.aus if you like typing. But Australian entities and individuals would be able to register AU2, as in TWO. So, yes, so that's good. I'm happy with that. I don't want to be stuck under an American tree my whole life. So, it's good that there's a .au coming out. Yeah, so I'll keep you
You could
posted.
always get one of those funky AU.coms that guy had for a while. It was going crazy.
Oh, I didn't like
Got to
those.
get your AU.com as well as your .com.au.
Yeah,
Scam. That guy made millions, I reckon.
yeah. Well, we'll get to that. So when that comes out, that'll be good. I will get ATH.au. Cool, good stuff. Now, look, we've been having internet problems recording this episode. I'm not sure what's going on. Probably read about it tomorrow, I'd say. But I'm on Telstra Cable. Eric's on Telstra Cable. Jace is on ADSL TPG, I think. And even you were degraded tonight.
Yeah, I rebooted my modem. Should be okay now. But I've also got somebody watching 1080p Netflix in the room. So
But I don't think. Well, you don't seem to be as affected as Eric and I on cable. So yeah, like normally I'm about 115 down, 2.5 up. Tonight,
Yeah, look, I think it's something going on in Telstra, Australia-wide.
Yeah.
Because Netflix are pretty good with allocating bandwidth. Because we can have, 5 people on Netflix here, and I'll be on the podcast with you guys, and there is no degradation at all.
Yep.
In any of their watching or me talking.
Yeah, right. Yes,
You try to do it with Stan or Presto, you can forget it.
Yeah. So I think, like, to give you an example, where Eric and I are normally 100 down, 2.5 up, tonight, Milo, I feel your pain. We were down to about 3 down. Can you believe it? From 115 to 3.
and I'm on 12. Woo!
Yeah, and about 0.5 up. What's going on there?
Yeah. Well, I've gone from 100 down to at its lowest point 20.
So bloody shambles.
Right now I'm sitting at 74, which is shocking.
Yeah.
Shock.
Someone should blow nodes up. All right. Now,
There should be a royal commission.
yes, with a royal commission to everything. That's what. Stuff the courts. No more courts, just royal commissions.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. What have you? Did you bring any stories in tonight, or you just flapping?
No, unfortunately not. I did see your little tidbit on Apple earlier. I did actually saw that during the week. I was going to bring that up, but then you sent it to me anyway, and I had a look at that. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
Other than that, I haven't had a chance because I've been in the city all day.
Nice.
And,
iOS got an update. One of my friends was saying his phone battery is crazy great now.
What for? The iOS?
His phone battery, yeah. iOS got an update, and one of my friends is like, I used to just walk around the city all day checking Facebook and talking to friends and stuff, and I'd had a zero battery by about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. He said, I'm down only to about 70% now since the update.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
better management.
Yeah.
Well, what's the story? Has anyone heard? Look, I know. Look, we haven't mentioned any new iPhone rumor stories this year yet, and I know it must be getting close to the iPhone.
September?
Yes. But look, I heard from someone who is not a tech orientated the other day asking me the new one will be the 7. And I went, I don't think so. What about the S? And he goes, apparently got an email from Optus saying, would you like to upgrade to the iPhone 7?
Yeah.
iPhone 7?
Yes. So
Not out yet.
Is it any good?
Does Optus know anything yet? Oh, is that waterproof one?
Optus are full of it. They're full of it. They're ringing up and saying, you want to upgrade? They don't even know what it looks like. They don't even know if they've been allocated 1 or 10.
So, but has anyone been keeping an eye on the rumours for the new iPhone? Eric, do you know anything?
No, I haven't. Well, while you're doing that, let me just see if I can dig something up.
No
You can see a lot of concept photos and what people
On the
think.
release.
Yes.
And,
Well, probably, it's a bit cold to be going to bars, so maybe we haven't been going to enough bars.
No one's leaving it in a bar.
That's right. Well, it is summer in the US, so who knows what's going on there. But look, I'm sure it'll be all announced. Look, I'm going to get a new one this year. I'm in for a new one.
Finally.
Going to change from the mainstream numbering to the S's, I think, because mine is.
All right. Well, Apple have released the 7th beta of 7th OS X
9.
7th beta of OS X 10.
Oh,
and, that's El Capitan. It's going to be out soon. I think they're all lining this up for release in September.
Right. Yes.
All this stuff, and that's why they've got so many. It's the 5th beta already.
Well, Yosemite didn't last long, did it?
No, Yosemite only lasted about a year.
Yeah. Bloody just churning them out, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. What's going to be next? Bloody La Cucaracha.
Who knows? Who knows?
OS X La Cucaracha.
Or maybe Donald Trump will just sweep over everything. Maybe OS X Trump. You don't know.
OS X Trump. Should there be OS X Comb Over?
It should be. But he's apparently, from all what I hear, I don't follow it over there, but he's going pretty well in opinion polls, but no one likes him.
Everyone hates him, and he's still rating the best out of anyone. So.
Yes. All the nut jobs are voting 5 times.
Yeah.
Wants to build a wall across Mexico or something. And didn't he say, I read, because they got a problem with all their immigrants from Mexico. He says, I want to build a wall right across the border, and Mexico's paying for it.
Good luck with that.
We'll send you the bill.
Yeah, that's right.
That's funny.
Where's the check?
The funny thing is, he only says what everyone else is thinking.
Oh, that's right. And that's why he's hit a chord, hasn't he? He's hit a chord. All right.
He's not going to vote it in, because at the end of the day, everyone knows he's a complete nut job. Could you imagine what the White House is going to look like when he's finished decorating it? It'd be gaudy and full of gold and bloody hookers all over the place.
Big hair pieces everywhere on the shrubs.
He's going to go to the Abe Lincoln Memorial, that big one, and just put his hairpiece on top of that.
That's right. And he might extend it out a bit so it just flaps a bit in the breeze or something.
Yeah, that's right. And make sure there's a fan always pointing towards it.
That's right.
It's constantly flapping.
That's right. Well, all he has to do is look at it, and the air from his gob will make it flap enough.
Oh, yeah, all the hot air.
It's funny, though.
You see a lot of pictures on the internet now of cats that look like they've got Donald Trump comb hairs.
But look, he's entertaining. I'll give him that. He's entertaining.
He's a joke. He's a joke.
All right.
Dear.
What did you bring? What interested you, Jace, this week? Anything?
Well, I came across something interesting. Over a decade, one of the largest security companies in the world, Moscow-based Kaspersky Lab, tried to damage rivals by tricking their antivirus software programs into classing benign files as malicious, according to 2 former employees. They said the secret campaign targeted Microsoft, AVG, Avast, and other rivals, fooling some of them into deleting or disabling important files on their customers' PCs. Some of the attacks were ordered by Kaspersky Labs co-founder Eugene Kaspersky, in part to retaliate against smaller rivals that he felt were aping his software instead of developing their own technology. Eugene considered this stealing, said one of his former employees. Both sources requested anonymity and said they were among a small group of people who knew about the operation. Kaspersky Labs strongly denied it had tricked competitors into categorizing clean files as malicious, so-called false positives. Our company has never conducted any secret campaign to trick competitors into generating false positives to damage their market standing, Kaspersky said in a statement. Such actions are unethical, dishonest, and their legality is the least questionable. Executives at Microsoft, AVG, and Avast previously said unknown parties had tried to introduce false positives in recent years. When contacted this week, they had no comment on the allegation that Kaspersky Labs had targeted them.
Well,
dodgy as.
Yes, I think.
Oh yeah, Kaspersky. I've always based in Russia. Come on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just say it's limited to Kaspersky. I would have thought that,
they all doing
it. Yeah. Look, I heard on the rumour mill, years and years ago, that those little the Austar used to get the Austar boxes and used to get those gold cards.
Yep.
And I heard, and it's obviously only a rumour, but I heard that the people that work for Austar, the security people doing the security for the boxes, well, they release these little gold cards. They just push them out into the ether, so Austar would keep renewing the contract for the security to keep it up and running. And it's not entirely unbelievable, and I think, you would hope that this isn't happening. But what's going on here with these guys is what Kaspersky is saying is everyone was copying Kaspersky with what they were flagging.
No, they were saying that Kaspersky came up with some cool technologies for his antivirus, and other people did a similar thing, so he wanted to punish them.
But how did they get a hold? Oh, so he altered his algorithm,
and they would copy it. So he was like,
right.
"Oh well, I'll install your software on some computers, get some real Windows files, and get your software to report that as a false positive." Because they all network reports back to each other through the community now. Whenever you sign up, like Microsoft Defender or something, it says, "Hi, how would you like to improve this by getting reports from other customers who reckon they found a virus?"
Yes.
And they'll crowdsource what is a virus. And if enough people say, "Oh, this looks like a virus," then we'll take that as actually being the truth and come up with those as positives. And it turns out they're not really. It's just somebody is tricking their software into reporting it to the community that it's a bad file. So it deletes off, your Windows files, and suddenly your computer won't boot.
Yes, right. Yes, well, that's always troubling. But yeah, look, I don't know. You would hope that sort of stuff doesn't happen. But
well, there's a lot of people who've got theories that the antivirus companies write viruses to keep themselves in business. So
yeah,
well,
I've always thought that.
Yeah. Look, it's not beyond disbelief, is it? Now, look, maybe another reason why Will isn't here. Sorry, Will, we're going to slam you tonight. But another reason why. Another reason maybe why he's not here is the Ashley Madison breach has.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, it's the fallout has begun. The hackers have left. I can't
Apparently,
believe
Ipswich is a bit of a hotbed.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Madison.
So, well, I can't believe some of the figures. Like, did I see like 10 gig of data has been leaked?
Something like that, yeah.
But
10 gigs.
So, how many people have signed up to this thing? So,
10 gigs worth, obviously.
yeah, I know. So, look, Ashley Madison, they've dumped a big cache of data containing millions of email addresses. And look, you can go into the show notes. And if you want to see if your email address is there, jump in the show notes. There's a page where you type your email address in. Don't worry, Oak, I've already tried yours. Didn't come up.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Apparently, a lot of teachers and government officials signing up with their company and government accounts.
Try bill.shorten at
parliament.gov.
oppositionleaderscumbag.com.
Now, look, I think a lot of people are getting dumped into this. There was a thing on the radio with Fitzy and someone.
Ripper.
Yeah, a lady rang up and for the segment, they typed in the husband's email address, slammed the phone down, went off crying. It was, she got real upset because he came up, the email address came up. But anyway, data, they dumped all this data, apparently containing US government officials, UK civil servants, high-level executives at European and North American corporations. They were told some initial questions as to the data was legitimate. It was soon widely accepted as accurate. Respected security writer Brian Krebs wrote that he had spoken to 3 vouched sources who confirmed they had found the information, the last 4 digits of their credit card numbers in the leaked database. I was going to say, look, it was quite possible that I would have signed up for this. Just as in the course of, just
research.
See what goes on these sites everyone's talking about. But it would have to stop. Well, obviously, I wouldn't have put my credit card on. So I suppose if someone says, I signed up for research, then why is your credit card there? Well, that's getting a bit more difficult.
Tax deductible.
Yeah, you're a bit more into the mud. But
they do for research. I saw recently there was a report about this reporter who was wondering why all these women were getting upset about the revenge porn site. So she got some naked pictures of herself, created an account, said her name was like Bob or something, and uploaded photos of herself naked there to see what would happen. And then she found out, and then she was like, oh, yeah, that is a bad idea.
Yes. Now,
it was research!
Yeah, research. So, look, if you've typed your email address in, this is just a little hint from me. If you've typed your email address in and it's come up, I reckon start a podcast, all right? And then it's research. Start a podcast straight away.
Yep.
The data
you've got to call it the best dating sites.
Yes. The data is now searchable online, allowing users to confirm if email addresses were included in the breach database. According to The Verge, one of the sites claims 36 million accounts were included in the dump. I cannot believe of which 24 million had verified email addresses. I can't.
Yeah, and
24
half of
million
those
people.
were in Canberra.
or US government official. What about that guy in England? Everywhere. Yeah. So anyway, so that's all that. Look, if you want to see if your email address is there, go to the show notes, get that show that particular story, just link to it, and you'll be able to get to that little searching databasey thing. But yeah,
That guy in England, was his name Charles or
no, no,
William, perhaps?
no. You know the guy. You know the guy I'd be talking about, don't you? The guy that was snorting coke through the 5
Oh,
pound,
that guy, the Lord.
dressed in a
Lord,
bra.
Yeah.
Lord, get my pants off.
Has he been sacked yet, or did he resign? Is he gone?
I think
he's
he might have
gone.
resigned, didn't he?
You can't do that sort of thing, can you? You can't. And he goes something like, and the prostitute asks him about. She goes, oh, why do you have long lunches or something about the money? And he goes, it's paying for this, lovey, and snorts another big one.
Oh my God!
Yeah, oh, didn't you see the
Talk
footage?
about having your snout in the trough.
Yeah,
I
know.
don't think that they were going for him for his looks. We'll put it that way, right?
No, I know.
It was all
the
the
money.
money.
Didn't you see the footage?
You're
Eric?
like the guy in Sydney who shut down the whole town, the whole suburb in Sydney, so he could have a wedding.
Yes.
Oh, these guys, I won't say it. I don't want to talk about that guy. What a wanker.
But you know how much he got fined? You
Yeah,
know,
$220.
$220.
Yeah.
Think, don't worry, you know who's looking into it. ICAC are looking into it. The tax office are looking into him.
Yeah, right. Oh, he's
He's gone now. You want to be that public and that brazen, well,
Yeah.
people are going to attract attention, and the wrong sort of attention. Good luck to you, mate.
But you know what I mean? Like $220 fine. Like if this was what you wanted to do on any given day for any given reason, like maybe I might want to have a
I
footy
bet
day.
you and I would have been fined more than that.
Yeah.
If we shut a street down and
Oh,
get
yes.
police out there to do crowd control without paying them,
Yeah.
taking them off their duties.
Yeah. So let's go and pay $220. We'll close the street down, Eric. Watch the footy game in the middle of the street.
Let's do that. Put a TV in the
Yeah.
middle of the street.
How good
and
would
a
that
couch.
be? Yeah.
And a few stubbies.
And all the neighbours, if you don't get your cars out of the
Some
way,
4X.
time away. Fuck.
It'd be like
Don't worry,
Homer
they say,
Simpson
well,
in the little kiddies pool, sitting there with his shorts on and eating a hot dog and drinking a beer.
Eating
Well,
some
just tell them,
ribs.
don't worry about it. It's only costing $2.20. Just put $1 each in. You'll be right.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it's a bit of a lunatic. All right, where are we going? You got any more, Jace? Got another one?
Yeah, heaps.
Cool.
Australia's competition regulator has overcome initial concerns about the merger of internet service providers IINet and TPG to give its stamp of approval to the tie-up. The approval of the regulator was the final barrier in the pair's proposed union, which was last month green-lighted by IINet shareholders. The ACCC had initially raised concerns that the merger, which would create Australia's second-largest broadband provider behind Telstra, would substantially lessen competition in the market and negatively affect customer service. But in its official ruling today, the regulator said it concluded that the acquisition of IINet by TPG would not substantially lessen competition. It said the combined competitive restraint from other major retail fixed-line suppliers such as Telstra, Optus and M2 would be enough to limit harm to the competition to the IINet TPG tie-up. The constraint would provide sufficient incentive for TPG to maintain the IINet service if there's consumer demand for it and other suppliers to meet that demand if they fail to do so. So it's all going ahead.
Yes.
$1.56 billion.
That's a lot of coin, isn't it? That is
Yep.
that is a lot of coin. But yeah, so look, I don't know. I really don't care if they merge or not. To be honest, I'm with Telstra.
Look,
So
I don't care. As
doesn't
long as
matter
the
to me.
service doesn't drop.
I'm with IITPG.
Aye, aye, sir.
TPGII.
Yes.
Yeah,
TPII.
why not?
What?
Yeah. Now look, here's one I saw on your Facebook page this week, and I'm probably going to steal one of your stories. But Google
Who,
launches.
you? Me?
No, Jace Warlock. Google launches a $200 Wi-Fi router.
Yep.
Is that one of yours
It's
tonight?
that window now.
Or release in Australia?
Yeah, well, have a look at this. There's a little, if you are on the video.
It looks like one of those new Mac Pros, the circular one.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Exactly
pretty
the
nice.
same as that. Exactly the same also as the Amazon Echo. They're all doing
But
the
how big is
cylindrical
it?
one since Apple went, hey, this is a cool design. Everyone said, but you can't stack them and they don't fit together. I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll make a router and we'll make the Amazon Echo look like it and everything's going to be exactly the same now.
Yeah, so their little thing is called the On Hub. Now, look, it might not be available in Australia, but who really cares? I don't think it matters, does it? But you can get them from Amazon or from overseas. I think you can do that, can't you? There's no
Got
special...
13 antennas.
Really? 13?
I can't see that.
Wow. Let's see if I can get a picture up here. There it is. I know.
You get some specs. I need some specs.
All right. The cylinder-shaped router named OnHub can be pre-ordered for $200 US at online retailers including the Google Store, Amazon, and Walmart. No details yet about here. The router comes with built-in antennas, as Jason said, 13 apparently. That's awesome. That can scan the airwaves to spot the fastest connection. With the router, users will be able to prioritise a device so that they can get the fastest internet speeds for data-heavy activities such as downloading content or streaming a movie. The router can be hooked up with Google's On app, available on Android and iOS, to run network checks and keep track of bandwidth use, among other things. The router is being manufactured by TP-Link. Jeez. And hinting that Asus could also be the second manufacturing partner for the product. There you go.
AC 1900 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, a theoretical maximum speed of 1900 megabits per second.
So look at
2.4 and 5 gigahertz.
Someone's got to come up with a software hack or a firmware hack to bond all those antennas together. The 13 antennas, bond them into one so you can get the maximum theoretical speed.
Yep.
Well, I think what the go with this and why they've made it so, say, physically attractive is because, you know, people stick their antennas under their routers under their bed, or they'll stick them, you know, in the cupboard or something, because they're ugly damn things, aren't they? But this thing, looking like the Mac Pro or whatever they called it, the cylindrical thing, look, it's like a vase with no flowers. You put it in the middle of the room. It looks nice. And it's
put some flowers in there. There you go.
A bit of water.
Yeah, good one.
Well, they could be the antennas. Why not? Flowers as antennas.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Great. Yes.
I mean, they make these cell towers that look like trees, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yes,
in the house.
agree.
Reminds
Paint
me.
those mobile phone towers green and put branches off them.
Yeah. Well, why not? It just reminds me of the Autons. Jason. All right. So yeah, the Google OnHub or whatever it was called, OnHub, something like that. What was it? The OnHub. That's it. OnHub. Look, I reckon. I'd be inclined to get
Dumb
one of
name,
those.
typical Google, hopeless.
But I'd be inclined to buy one of those from overseas.
Yeah, give it a go.
Give it a shot. $200. Oh, that'd be about $270 now, wouldn't it?
It's not 400.
That's
Yeah,
getting up
400 Australian.
400,
up
double
there.
here.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Jace, where
We
are
stick
you?
with Google.
Yeah.
Google's new version 6.0 of Android mobile operating system has officially been named Marshmallow.
Oh, nice.
Final preview of OS aimed at developers was released today, along with official Android 6.0 software development kit. Software had previously been referred to by its codename Android M, following its unveiling in May. The Marshmallow moniker follows Google's Lolly naming convention for Android versions. The most recent version is Lollipop, and its predecessor was KitKat. Marshmallow include new features like Android Pay for mobile payments, the Now on Tap for Google Now Digital Assistant, which allows users to access the feature by holding down the home button, and also the Doze extended power saving mode. Android Marshmallow offers new permissions model to streamline the process of installing and updating apps. It allows applications to request permissions as needed, rather than the users needing to grant any when installing or upgrading certain apps. That's the Apple way of doing it, which is good. Google's mobile OS update also includes a new fingerprint manager for applications to authenticate users via fingerprint scans. Android Marshmallow will launch to consumers towards the end of the year.
How long has Lollipop been out? That's been out for a while, hasn't it? Like it's an aging system. As I mean, like I thought, it seems to have been around for a long time.
4 or 5 months for maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That just feels longer. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Some people complaining because they still haven't got it. They're like, what?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, Marshmallow. Yeah, works for me.
Marshmallow, tacos, whatever.
Yeah, works for me. Now, I don't know if you've read Microsoft's EULA lately. The apparently.
Yeah, you know, all the
It's
time.
always good for a laugh.
Yeah, it's well, yeah. Some people you might not be laughing. There's their latest one apparently, but it's only operating in the EU at this stage. But it will probably filter through everywhere. So the updated European agreement terms and conditions lets Microsoft disable any counterfeit software or hardware. And if you're running Windows 10 computer, this is what you've just signed up for.
Don't be a pirate,
Hey, so Section 7B, for those of you wanting to rushingly flicking through your EULA right now, 7B.
You mean that thing that people go click, yep, click, okay, yep, okay, scroll
That's
down,
the one.
press F8.
Yep. Under the heading Updates to the Services or Software and Changes of these terms, that stipulates that it may automatically check your version of the software and download software update or configuration changes, including those that prevent you from accessing the services, playing counterfeit games, or using unauthorized hardware peripheral devices. Counterfeit games. Now, are they steering away from the more harshly worded pirate games?
We don't have to worry about the government doing it now because Microsoft will do it for us.
Well, the question being, is this a service that they might be able to provide Adobe and so forth? You know, say Adobe says, oh, yeah, well, we'll give you, I don't know, whatever, $1 million a year. And if this is our code, if you find any software that doesn't match that code, turn it off. Turn it off. Interesting. If you use Windows 10, a Windows Phone, or any Microsoft's other services, they can disable any games you've pirated or devices you've unlawfully hacked. Look, okay, I can handle software, all right? But I think if you can mod your hardware, I think that's different. I think that's good on you. Go for it. That's what it's all about. I think.
Be good, kids, and you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but would you agree? Like, would you think software and hardware's in the same boat, or is software you would agree bad if you pirated, but hardware if you modified it, that's not that bad.
Modifying hardware or modifying software shouldn't be bad unless you're like cheating online games or something from modding your software. But you know, people who install Cyanogen, or they might put on the other stores in Apple using a built-in flaw that gets found. Well, you know, I don't think it's too bad.
Well, I don't think it's a big deal because, you know, you bought the device, it's yours.
Do what you want.
You know, if I buy a car and I want to soup it up, that's my business.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's my car,
that's right. That's right.
right?
But
If I
then,
want to put some dual exhaust and lower it and get someone to throw
Spoiler,
a turbo
mate,
in there, it's still my
sick.
car.
put a painting bread. It goes faster.
With flames and stripes,
Yeah,
That's
speed
it.
holes.
yeah.
And duft sounds.
So, but then can the same argument be given to software? If you buy software, is it yours? And is it yours to modify?
Should be.
Yeah,
I reckon
it is.
it's not.
I
but
paid
should
for it.
be.
Yeah.
I don't care what that says. It's, oh, this belongs to the bloody property of Microsoft. So, well, if it's still the property of Microsoft, what am I paying you for?
So I suppose then if you can modify your software, then the trouble should start if you try to on-sell that software.
Yes, that's what I was about to get at. If
Yeah.
you modify the software so that, for example, you bought Windows, that you know, assuming that everyone has to pay for their operating system.
Yeah.
If you then bought it and modified it so that people can bypass the registration, you know, because you don't need a key, for example.
Well, that's
got an
no-
automatic registration.
But
thing
that'd be
in there.
more pirating or offering. But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
then
say,
then that would be illegal to do that.
Yeah, if you get a copy of a game on DVD, whoever buys games like that anymore, who's got a DVD? My computer doesn't have a DVD
No.
player.
I've got a DVD
And
player.
or a USB stick, and then break the copy protection, then give your friends all a copy and stuff like that, or sell it.
That's
that should be
that's right.
Yeah.
If
If it's
if
your
I
own
break
one,
a-
you want to put something in there, do it.
yes, that's right. If I buy a DVD and I want to make a copy for me, nothing wrong with that. It's like me photocopying a book,
Yep.
Yeah.
having a copy here and a copy on the shelf.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
If I give that photocopy to my friend, then that's wrong.
Yeah, and keep a copy for yourself.
Yeah, well, if I pirate, rip a DVD and give the ripped copy to a mate to watch,
Yes.
so that's theft,
That's yes.
right? But if I keep it for me, for my personal use, that's not theft. It's like recording off the TV.
Yes.
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't there a lot of controversy when those VCRs and stuff came out years ago, and they're like, "Oh, you can
yeah.
pirate the TV by watching movies there. It's terrible."
Yeah.
But who
And
was
the
it?
blank cassette tax that they put on when they first had
Uh-huh.
copiers and stuff.
Well, what weren't they
Oh,
going to
hopeless.
put a tax on blank DVDs at one stage? Remember, to help out the poor movie studios, losing
Oh yeah,
money.
because
They're
they're not
struggling.
They're,
Yeah.
they're making movie studios grossing $1 billion on the Iron Man films. Poor things.
Yeah, that's
Their
right.
hookers and blow are just not the quality they used to be.
Mm.
They got a bit of somebody put a bit of powder in with their crack, giving them a
That's
bit of a
right.
headache.
Heaven forbid. Yes.
That's right. God damn it. Low class cocaine.
Now, all right, Jace, you said you had heaps?
Yeah.
Cool.
And the funny things that Vodafone come up with, isn't it a wonderful,
Oh,
interesting
yes.
company? Vodafone Chief Executive Iñaki Barreto said that he expects the carrier to be profitable in the near future.
So
That
does
would
everyone.
be a nice change, wouldn't it? As the company continues to struggle to turn around falling customer numbers and profits. The comments came as the carrier announced it would include unlimited national voice calls and texts as a feature of all its business and consumer plans in a bid to lure customers.
They're
Vodafone
doing it again.
Yeah.
These people are hopeless. They can't see what happens is they do all these unlimited. They did this 5 years ago. They went through a tough trot. They merged with Three. Remember this?
Yep.
Right. They merged with Three. Their network got inundated with crap, so everyone left. And in order to entice them back, everything's unlimited. So everyone
Again.
went back, and then it inundated the system again.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just this constant crash, not crash, crash, not crash. They've come up with a stable, good plans that aren't ridiculous
Yep.
and improve their network.
Vodafone is focusing on growing its revenues and customer numbers after declaring a 3-year turnaround program initiated following large-scale network and customer service issues in 2010, completed last February. Barreto said that the Vodafone is now on track for profitability in the near future.
Yeah,
Cool.
Vodafone Australia lost around $184 million and 45,000 customers in its first half of this year, an increase on the approximately 159 million it lost in the same period of 2014. Its customer base also fell from 5.3 million to 5.25 million. I don't want to talk too much about our targets, but our shareholders have invested in this market in the past 3 years, and the reason why they do that is because they think there's an opportunity to recover that investment. And it will happen in the near future without going into too much detail. We're building a business that is stable, but our aim is to be an alternative to the current communication services. And what you see in the market over the past year, if you look from the outside, is two things. The first is Vodafone is doing a lot better, and also the whole market is doing much better. In terms of future services, Barreto fueled long-standing rumours that the carrier is interested in the fixed line market. Main consideration is around the role we play in that development. What's the advantage we're bringing our customers? And that's something we're working on. Whether it's through M&A, our own investment or partnerships, we have a lot of options even in this market. So it's definitely in our plans, but we're not going to share that right now.
But it's also good to see, just off track, but sort of on track with that story, is Qantas turned a profit. That's about time they started doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure how clean that profit is.
Bit dirty, you reckon? Bit of a job
Yeah.
saver profit.
You just do a couple of book entries there. Oh, let's just revalue our assets. Oh, we'll make that an unrealised gain on paper for $1 billion. But you look at their cash flow. That's the important thing. Forget what the profit and loss statements say.
So, so Vodafone, look, I remember, when I was, with the same thing happens in the banks. Like they entice you away from a competitor. So, we'll give you like a 1.5% cheaper interest rate than the competitor. Then when it comes up for review, you're back up to plus 1.5% because it costs so much.
0% for 6 months, and then we're going to go to twice everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
But
Honeymoon rates.
I don't think anyone here is on Vodafone, are they? Is anyone doing Vodafone?
No.
It's
One of my friends said that he really loves it because in his area he's the only one on the cell tower, so he gets great speeds.
Oh, he would.
Nobody else is. Like,
You know what? This is what I think. Vodafone. I don't like them. Let's make that clear because I think they're rubbish. But they get a fairly bad rap because Optus are pretty atrocious as well.
Mm.
And no one ever says anything about Optus. I've had Optus, Vodafone, and Telstra.
In what?
And Optus and Vodafone are pretty much line ball just as bad as each other. In my area, anyway.
So you mean as in for service, like the reception?
No, just the reception, yeah.
Yeah, look,
They're just as bad as one another, but Optus never gets a bad rap.
I think, Optus, depends on the area. There's probably areas of higher concentration and higher whatevers.
Well, that goes for everything, though.
Yeah.
Surely Vodafone is not globally across Australia that bad in every area that they're in. Surely not.
No, I think...
But
seems like it.
but they get a bad rap.
Yeah, yeah.
Optus are terrible in my area. I've got to go outside. I get 1 bar. It's down to 2G.
What are you doing with Optus?
No, when I used to be on Optus.
Look, I've had Optus for 10 years, 15 years.
I just moved to Optus in April.
Oh, you
For
moved?
your mobile.
Yeah, no problems for me here, but I'm
Well, that's
not
good.
too far from the Melbourne CBD.
Yeah, so you got 4Gs.
Where I was,
Yeah.
it was 2000. When the first iPhone came out here, 2008, I joined it with Optus. It was awful. It was bloody awful.
What sort of 4G
No.
speeds, Jace, do you get?
I don't know. I haven't tried it out lately.
What? Yeah, so but that'd be similar to everything else, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm happy. I'm on the Telstra. They're $55 a month, 1.5 gig. It's not much, but I'm
It's enough.
at the
It's enough.
office most of the time. It's Wi-Fi, isn't it? So that's good. And plus,
Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi at home and I drive and I'm on Wi-Fi at the office. So
yeah, and as soon as I move, which is Monday, or when the tech comes out to put the internet on at the new house,
you'll have that great NBN just like Will.
No, there's no NBN yet, but I'll have that Air, the Telstra Air.
Ah.
So we'll see how we go when I'm out and about, trying to hook into some Air Wi-Fi. See how that works.
Yes, that'd be good.
Yes. Now, Eric, sticking with figures, did you want to
Yes.
bring up that story?
Which story?
The Apple one, the bond?
Oh, the bond raising. Let me just get that up. Well, generally, what it is they're going to sell bonds in Australia. They're going to borrow money from Australian customers.
I got some of them shirts and socks.
Yeah, bonds. Yeah, that's them. Yeah, undies.
So,
And,
so they're asking. So they're capital raising,
yeah, right. Well, they're debt raising.
right? Okay.
Debt. Because
Yes.
they pay you a coupon rate of whatever % per year, and it's got a
Yes.
maturity on
But-
it. So
but they
5
need the
years,
money.
whatever.
Well, why'd they do that? They wouldn't need the money.
No, but it's a trick.
Strategic.
Here
See,
it comes.
it's cheaper for them. We discussed this, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago. It's cheaper for them to borrow money and pay bugger all interest rates
Yep.
and bring that money into the States because it's borrowed
yes,
money,
yes,
right?
yes.
Rather than bring their profits sitting
Yes.
in Ireland, right? So, for example, you borrow
then
$1
it's
billion
taxed.
from Australia,
Yes.
bring it into the US,
Yes.
do your buybacks and capital requirements and factory builds and all that sort of stuff. It's cheaper to do that at 4% than it is to bring in $1 billion from Ireland and pay 30%.
Yes. Yes. Got it. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Plus, they can manipulate their total cash by saying, okay, we borrow $1 billion, and then from that we bring $1 billion into America, and then if you keep doing that, if you keep doing that round robin, eventually what they're going to have is just borrowings and no cash, and all their cash will be sitting in America, and they wouldn't have paid tax on it.
Yes.
Right?
Feel like
They're
what
converting, they're
Murdoch
converting
does
their,
here by getting one of his companies to borrow $1 billion off the other one and then charge it hardly any interest and then go, yeah, it's legal.
So eventually they want to, all their cash as they're sitting offshore, they'll bring that in the form of borrowings, because
Bonds, yeah.
they've got $200 billion in cash, right? So they'll borrow $200 billion and bring those borrowings into the States,
Yeah.
right? $200 billion, no tax.
Yeah.
And then with the borrowing, because note they're only borrowing, a lot of their borrowings are outside of America.
Yes.
Okay, not in America. They
Yeah.
think they did a 17 billion raising in the States last year
Yeah.
of debt bonds. Right, so let's assume they borrowed 200, the remainder, let's call it 180 billion outside of the States, right? And then that borrowings can go into the States as a loan, not profit, so
Yep.
no tax.
Yes.
But then they've got those borrowings outstanding, and how do you pay that off?
Well,
You get the money
profit,
from
yeah.
Ireland
Yeah,
to pay it off. And suddenly, hello, no tax.
That's pretty dodgy. Or sneaky,
Right,
isn't
well,
it? Or
That's
tricky.
why they
bloody
pay
brilliant,
those
I
guys the
reckon.
big bucks.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
You pay your offshore borrowings
Yeah.
with your offshore cash,
Yeah.
but you bring your offshore borrowings into America. No tax. You don't have to bring the profits back because you're paying them off with you're using that to pay off your debt. Again, no tax. You're back to square one. But what's happened is over 10 years, you've brought $200 billion into America and not paid
No
anything.
tax. Now, what do you think? Like, there's so much money that they've got. What do they need it for? What do you think they want it for? Is it just to have it in America where they can do what they want?
Well, look, they're always expanding. Well, their office, the spaceship office that they're building, that's going to cost $1 billion or more.
Oh,
And they've got all those watches they got to make.
and not and have to and put them through the shredder because no one's buying them. And they've bought another big block of dirt which they're going to extend. So that's probably another $1 billion there in about 5 years' time.
They've got 198
They're building
left.
their data centers. They built that data center in where was that, in back of Whoop Whoop somewhere in Idaho or something. That cost them $1 billion. And they're building more and more of those data centers, and they're self-sufficient bloody solar panels, and so there's a lot of and they're paying dividends now to shareholders, whereas they didn't 2 years ago, and they're doing buybacks as well. So they're using their cash. I think their end goal is probably to have only about $50 billion in the bank. The rest of it's going to be used for expansion, product development. Buildings, dividends, whatever.
Do you hear
interest payments?
Yeah, once they got data centers, they could be like Amazon and just let people use their servers for cloud and stuff.
Exactly.
At the moment, both Microsoft and Apple are using Amazon clouds to host stuff.
Are they really?
Microsoft
For a lot of
Apple
their
does.
stuff, yeah.
What Microsoft uses?
They all share between themselves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I heard.
Well, and I suppose Apple will do that until their one is fully operational. I don't know if it is yet or not, or when it will be, but I'm sure that's probably what they're doing.
I heard Google, one of the data centers, got struck by lightning 8 times.
That's unlucky.
In one day. Yeah.
A good write-off.
Took a few hard drives out apparently. So some people lost data. Some was like 0.00001% of the data got lost, but I'm sure it would have been
big deal.
redundant.
It was probably the Ashley Madison list anyway, so you're lucky.
I bet you a lot of people would have been praying it was.
We're praying, oh, please get that server and back onto there.
Yeah, you know what I said to one of the guys at work? The guys who hacked that could have actually made some money out of this. What you do is you put all those addresses and stuff on a server, and then you charge women $5 to create an account to access the data to see if their husband or lover or whatever has got an account there.
Yeah.
$5 per chicken, you've just made a mint.
They would have. They would have done that.
And while you're there, have a look around.
Yeah, might find someone.
Well,
Now that you're getting divorced, well,
Forget it, you have to give him the
you.
flick. What about this bloke next to him?
But the problem with that, I suppose, is that would just lead you straight to the hacker, wouldn't
I
it?
don't think they're hiding too well at the moment.
Oh, we'll just put the server in Russia.
Yeah.
You'll be right.
Yeah. Well, that can. What was it? The crypto locker. They don't take Visa. They take Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Or money transfers.
how hard is it to set up a Bitcoin wallet? Is it very hard?
No.
Easy. I might
Yeah,
have to.
software, just download the software, install it, and it starts
Yeah.
generating. But it's micro parts of a coin now.
Yeah. Right.
Amount of electricity you use to power your computer to make it is more expensive than the coins that you can make these days.
Do you think that the Bitcoin
the
is
value's too high now.
Yeah. How do you think it's traveling? Like, do you think it's still on track to be a viable
I haven't paid much
currency?
attention to Bitcoin. I'm not. I just think it's going to be a bit of a fad.
Fad.
There'll be a Bitcoin crash.
Yeah.
Well, they had Dogecoin for the Doge dog.
The what?
Right. I don't get into any of that.
Oh,
Give me
geez.
cold hard cashish.
Yeah, Australian legal. That's the way to go.
Something you can spend down the bottle, eh?
Yeah,
That's right. Can't go down to the BWS and say, mate, I'll give you 5 Bitcoins for the slab.
Oh, Bitcoins,
Yeah,
you
they're-
might take those.
They're about $800 per Bitcoin, so you might get.
All right. Okay. A quarter of a Bitcoin.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll get me scissors, me chopper out.
Yeah. So, it's just, that's the thing. If it's equivalent to $800 per Bitcoin, how the hell are you supposed to spend it?
Well, you got your Bitcoin. You just take your little grater and just go
You'd spend
shave it. And
fractions
there you
of
go.
it because it's all electronic. So you can say, "I'll give you 1/100th of a Bitcoin to do me a website" or something like that.
Yeah. Remember, last week we were talking about Apple Watches in JBI-Fi. Does that mean
Yeah.
they got
Yeah.
scales as well? Shh. Yep. Right now.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm rambling. So look, do you know what day it
He
is?
said BWS and he was gone.
I know. Look.
It's like, man, I got it. That's right. I'm running out
Woo!
of whiskey.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, look at that.
Now, look, at the production and the release of every podcast every week, you know that the latest episodes on Aussie Tech Radio aren't too far away, and you can join the laughter and the intrigue and the interest and learning on AussieTechRadio.com. It's
Or none of those.
There's a new Minecraft podcast on there now.
especially if you hear this one again. So you can. What'd you say, Jace?
There'd be a new Minecraft podcast on there this week.
There is. I saw it go in today.
Yep.
Yes. So that'll be on there. The Obsidian Loft with Jace and Will. And also, haven't heard from Old Fart Geeks for a while, but that'll...
If he gets his computer going, maybe we'll do Old Fart Geeks tomorrow or something.
Maybe he might need to pull that 1200 board out.
Yep.
And it might be better than the NBN. But yeah, the Aussie Tech Radio Shoutcast, so get a bunch of podcasts from Australia and New Zealand, put them all together, and new episodes every week. And so you can listen to good stuff like the Ozdroid podcast, the Tech Webcast, the Geeksphere.tv. There's heaps of others there, so go and check it out. It runs 24/7.
Talking tech.
Yeah, two guys talking tech, and there's there's a couple of others like that don't come to mind at the moment. There's a few there. Keep you going for a while, and you just listen to it on your radio. Tune in app. I think you can get it on. All the instructions, AussieTechRadio.com. Don't forget Facebook for Aussie Tech Heads, Facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, YouTube.com/Aussie Tech Heads, and show notes at AussieTechHeads.com.au/podcast. All right, this will be probably will be my last story for tonight or this week. Now,
Not a release date on Apple's iPhone 6S?
So it is going to be an S, you reckon?
September?
Well, that's what they reckon they'll call it. They're suggesting that it will be for sale on September 19,
Yeah.
but to be announced 10 days earlier.
Oh,
On September 9.
nice.
It's supposed to have a rear-facing camera that's got higher megapixels, but it's a dual camera, so it does SLR quality.
Oh,
Yes, I heard that too.
I'd like to see a phone
So
like
iPhone 6S.
with a camera.
Because there was a bit of a leak. Vodafone last month. What is it? It's so funny. Typical Vodafone screwed up again. Vodafone leaked it when they were talking to somebody, and they leaked that was going to be released on September 18.
Look, I'd like
good
to
one.
see a phone with a camera. I'll show you where my phone. So that's the front of the phone. That's the back of the phone. And I'd like to see a camera up near the off button.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
So instead of going around like this filming someone, and everyone knows.
Oh,
that
you
you're
want to be
filming them,
sneaky.
I want to film them like that.
You want to be sneaky.
Yes, that's right. Why not?
It keeps getting busted doing upskirts.
Why not? That's right. But look, let's quickly go to the iPhone 6S.
What is
IO.
that again?
That's the new one coming out, the IO. Now, what do we got here? Rumoured features. Are you on this page, Eric? MacRumors.com.
No, I'm not. I'm on another page.
Well, we
I will
can
go to that page.
MacRumors.com, and you'll find the iPhone 6S. Now, while you're looking at that, I'll go slowly through a couple. The A9 processor, 2 gig of RAM, an improved 12 megapixel camera, same design as the iPhone 6. I heard a rumour that it was going to be bigger again, but I can't.
Really? I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, no, I can't believe that. It's less bendable. So they saying that there was a problem. Less bendable. 7000 series aluminium shell. Force touch. What the hell's force touch?
No.
They got that on the
Watch?
the new MacBook Pros. It can tell how hard you're pushing on it, and it gives a fake feedback on the touchpad. It doesn't actually click down anymore, but it has the a feeling when it vibrates. It feels like it's clicking, but it's not actually clicking. It's a vibration that tricks your finger into thinking it's actually clicking down and up. But there's nothing mechanical in there.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't actually move the touchpad, because when you do a click on it, you're pushing down the whole touchpad. But now it just does this little vibration, but your finger thinks that it's clicking, so that's what they use force touch. So they bring that to the phone, I guess.
Oh, that's pretty.
And they did a recent acquisition of a company called Lynx, Linx, which makes 3D camera sensors.
Ooh. Oh, the other rumor I heard was whether it's going to be in this version or the next version, that their video camera will be doing 4K.
Yeah, that's here. That's in one of the rumours ones here as well.
Camera will have a 2-lens system that can help allow users to capture DSLR quality imagery.
That's pretty good.
And it has the option for an optical zoom. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So while we're talking about this, we're on the video that you guys can't see. We've just got a little video of what we can expect. So yeah, look, it's a good upgrade from a 5 when I get it.
It'll be huge for you because you've been sitting in 2009 for a little while.
But mine is, I can see that mine is getting slower. Like you try to open an app and there's a bit of a lag there. Sometimes, sometimes I've got to turn it off.
Especially if you keep updating it with the, whatever the latest is, it tends to slow down the older models. And I think they do that on purpose, which is pretty sneaky.
You don't think it's because the newer software's heavier? You just think
there's that.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to think. But, I suppose, there's more in it, isn't there? Like, my battery is... Look, I'd have to check that battery thing out, see if mine does last any longer. But
upgrade your iOS.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the... So, okay, so what other rumours have we got? Let's have a look here. We've got...
the live streaming, Apple TV live streaming, not out till 2016.
Oh, right.
2016. That one that they were negotiating a few weeks back with the TV stations or the cable stations in the States, so that if you want to watch cable TV, you can live stream it from the Apple TV box.
Right. The 6 and 6S will continue to offer NFC for Apple Pay, 802.11 AC, Wi-Fi, LTE Advanced. 2 new phones will likely to be the same 16, 64, 128 gig options. It's an S upgrade year. Apple has asked its suppliers to produce a record-breaking 85 to 90 million units.
Ones I can see saying there's a 6S and a 7 both coming out.
That must be where the 7 comes from. Or maybe they got September 7 mixed up with that.
The iPhone 7 could feature a 3D display, which claims Apple's supply chain partner TPK is working on a project that relates to naked eye 3D screen. In other words, a 3D screen that doesn't require glasses to see.
So that'd be good.
They're saying
put that on a TV, thanks.
Pre-orders will be... Apple plans to unveil the phone during the week of September 7, perhaps on September 9. Pre-orders, if accepted, will follow on September 11. Would they launch something on pre-orders on September 11?
Guess so.
Yeah, they'd be stupid. Launch it at September 11 at 9:05 a.m. Pretty smart.
All right. So hopefully that's given us a bit more of an idea of what's going on with the Apple iPhone, because I hadn't heard of anything. That was the first time I've really bothered to look into it this year. So so it looks like the success. So good stuff. Now look, my last little story is Stephen Hawking's speech tech.
Everyone can get it.
That's right, everybody. Everyone can have a go. Apparently it was written by Intel specifically for him. And now Intel has decided that, hey, we'll give it away. You can download it, have a play. Now the program interprets visual signals and translates them into words, which are then spoken by the machine. It was originally developed for Professor Hawking, has been used by other sufferers of motor neuron disease. And now everyone can download it. Intel hopes that ACAT, which is the name of the system, which runs on Microsoft 7 Windows or higher, will be used by researchers developing new interfaces for sufferers of the disease.
Microsoft 7 Windows.
Yeah, the program and full source code have been published on GitHub. So I guess, nice if you're into that sort of stuff. Look, if you want the link, again, go to the Aussie Tech Head show notes and grab the link out of the story summary that we've got there from today's date, this episode, 451. Nice. Jace, you got anything to finish off with?
Yeah, this is a bit of a dodgy one. An accused TAFE IT fraudster, Ronald Cordoba, is admitted to charging his employer thousands of dollars for a cloud storage service, which was run off 2 servers in his own home. During the second day of hearings at New South Wales corruption watchdog ICAC, Cordoba owned up to charging the Southwestern Sydney Institute of TAFE $150,000 for 2 years' worth of Dropbox enterprise licenses, which he had bought from Dropbox for a little over $70,000. Cordoba admitted using his position as ICT manager at the TAFE to sign off on $1.7 million worth of invoices from a company he had set up called ITD Proprietary Limited. He told ICAC Council he intended to pay back the roughly $1.1 million profit he made from running the front business to secure fees from TAFE that would be channeled back into his own bank account.
Oh, but what's he done wrong? Has he done anything wrong? He's had a little cloud in his room. It's a cloud.
No, he's done. No, it's conflict of interest.
Well, apart from that,
if you sell it to a third party for double what you paid for it, that's good for you. But if you sell it to your employer and you're the guy signing off, that's conflict of interest. That's just theft.
But
ICAC has laid out evidence.
That's what Bill Shorten does.
Showing how Cordoba conducted email exchanges between himself and a fake ITD manager called Alicia for the purpose of copying in colleagues and maintaining the semblance of a legitimate third-party provider. The ICT manager has been suspended from TAFE on full pay for close to over a year, and the matter claimed it was not uncommon.
Full pay?
For a year?
Nice, right?
It's
not uncommon for management to sign off on procurement of goods and services before they had been delivered to the TAFE. It was a common practice, he said, claiming it was particularly prevalent towards the end of financial year when budget funds need to be used up, even if goods and services were delayed.
Yes, that is true, and that's been
how he scammed
going on for 20 years, but he's buying it from himself.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I wonder how he come unstuck. I'd be interested to know how he come unstuck.
Maybe they wanted to meet Alicia.
Maybe.
He's like, oh, yeah, hang on, I'll just get it. Oh, yeah, it's Alicia here, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Sound like Mrs. McGillicuddy.
Mrs. McGillicuddy. I haven't heard that for a while. Hey.tv, that's still going around, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Well, look, I think we've come to the end. Did you have any more, Jace, or was that it?
That's it for me.
That's it from him. And look, I think we've come to the end of another show, so thanks for joining us. Look, another relatively slow news week, you might say. Not too much happening.
Slow.
But
this is the lead up to the Apple palaver in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, look, I'll be joining in because I'm going to get a...
We'll listen to it on that other show. What's that other show called?
Yeah, oh, that's right. I keep forgetting to mention the Aussie Mac Zone. Yeah, if you want to keep up with what's going on in the Mac world, like more intensely, and maybe not too much bagging out like on this show, then you can have a listen to the Aussie Mac Zone. It's on iTunes or your favourite podcatcher, whatever that may be, if you want to listen to it on an Android.
Pocket Casts.
Yeah, whatever. Would you listen to a Mac podcast on an Android?
Why not?
Don't know. All right. Okay, so that's it. Email us at whoever we are at aussietechheads.com.au. It'll get to whoever you would need it to get to. And don't forget the aussietechheads.com.au/paper. 2 editions daily. Getting a few more subscribers to that too, so that's excellent. And
Great.
yeah, good stuff. Now, if you want to be on the radio, as I mentioned before, you just send me an email. If you've got a podcast, we'll stick you on. Tech-related, of course. Nothing too serious.
And Down Under.
Yeah, down under, Australia, New Zealand, No.
We'll let them in. We'll let them sheep.
Yeah, that's right. And you can't just have a US podcast with Token Aussie. Or maybe email me and we'll discuss terms. My people talk to your people. We'll get it worked out. All right. Thanks, Jace, for coming in. Talk to you next week. Hopefully.
Catch you next week.
And thank you, Eric. Thanks for coming in with bad
No
internet.
problem.
And we'll see you next week. And thanks everyone who watches and listens to us each week. And have a good week. Bye for now.
See you then.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
See you, everyone.